Should you use intermittent fasting to help restore your hormones and shed excess weight, or can intermittent fasting actually be harmful? Let's dive into it in my video. Hey, it's Paul Tarp here, holistic nutritionist and lifestyle coach with 10 years of experience helping you balance your hormones and gut health as well as lose weight completely naturally. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe and the bell button to stay up to date with our videos. Now, the reason we all go into a fast every night when we sleep is because it allows our bodies to work on maintaining and regenerating themselves while we happily dream. This is a super important part of being a healthy human being, which is downtime for our bodies to work on the things that they could not do or fully do during the daytime when we're active. So what are some of these very important processes that our bodies carry out every night? While some of these super important tasks include cleansing our bodies of toxins, the healing and growing of new tissue, muscle repair, nerve cell communication and reorganization, which is very beneficial for our brains, including emotional health, hormone regulation and optimal immune system function. By the way, before we dive into the video, go ahead and register for our free training class where we'll show you the 5 steps to balancing your hormones and gut health, as well as dropping excess weight without ever restricting yourself of carbs or taking a suitcase full of supplements. The link is in the description, or grab your spot at rawesomehealthy.com/training. Now, I've got a question for you, and that is, have you ever tried intermittent fasting? And if so, did you see any results from doing it? Please leave your comments in the comment section below. Now, as with many things in the modern world, we tend to do many things that we would not do in a more natural environment. So, for example, people tend to eat much later in the day thanks to the use of electric lighting long after the sun has gone down, allowing us to stay up much later than we would do in nature, eating foods and drinking later in the evening, watching the TV, working on computers all day, and using mobile phones, etc. Unfortunately, this modern way of living does not fit in so well with our bodies and how they are naturally designed, which is called our circadian rhythm. Okay, so what exactly is the circadian rhythm, you may ask, and how does it relate to intermittent fasting? Well, the circadian rhythm or rhythms are a natural cycle of physical, mental, behavior changes that the human body goes through in a 24-hour cycle. You can think of them as like programs following an internal clock that our bodies are designed to follow and which allow them to operate on an optimal level. One good example would be the sleep-wake cycle, where of course your body wakes up as the sun comes up to start the day, and then it gets ready for sleep once the sun has gone down and the day turns to night. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. When it comes to intermittent fasting, science is now finding that following what your body clock expects and is naturally designed for helps your body to be much healthier. So, for example, a typical way to follow intermittent fasting and more closely follow your body's natural circadian rhythms would be to have, say, a 16-hour or more time period when you don't eat any food. You could finish your last meal of the day at 6 o'clock in the evening and then not eat until 10 a.m. the next day. Eating this way will help you follow your natural circadian rhythms, as you won't be eating too late in the evening and allowing your body a long length of time in which it can fast, maintaining and restoring itself. Compare this to someone who eats at, say, 10 p.m. at night or later and then eats at 8 a.m. the following day. They get just 8 hours of fasting in, so only half the time they would have got compared to the 16-hour fasting period, finishing at 6 p.m. and having breakfast the following day at 10 p.m. When you eat late in the evening or at night, your body handles the calories you eat differently, and this can cause unwanted changes like higher blood pressure, higher blood sugar levels, and increased blood lipid levels like LDL cholesterol and triglycerides. If you follow this kind of eating pattern on a regular basis, then you could be setting yourself up for health problems. Further to this, research has also found that you are best eating more of your daily calorie intake earlier in the day, as your body processes it differently. Let's take a look at some research on this. An Italian study had 20 people eat the same standardized meal at 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. and then a week later they all came back and they did the opposite. So each people had a chance to eat the same meal for breakfast and for dinner. After each meal, the subjects used a special device to measure precisely how many calories they were burning over the next 3 hours after their meals. Well, the researchers calculated that the meal given in the morning took around 300 calories to digest, whereas the exact same meal, the exact same amount of calories given at night, used up only about 200 calories to digest and process. The meal was about 1200 calories, but given in the morning it ended up only providing about 900 calories compared to the 1000 calories at night time. So it's the exact same meal, the same food and the same amount of calories, but effectively 100 fewer calories were used by their bodies at night. So a calorie is not simply just a calorie, it also depends when you eat them. Putting this into practice could mean, for example, in terms of calories, eating your largest meal of the day for breakfast, a bit less for lunch, and your smallest meal of the day for dinner. So not only does eating more calories earlier in the day help with weight loss, but also finishing your last meal of the day earlier also aids weight loss, plus gives you a whole number of other health benefits. With intermittent fasting added to your daily routine, this by itself can provide many more positive health changes, which include optimal hormonal levels, which include insulin levels and blood glucose levels, more cellular repair, better detoxing of unwanted substances from the body, beneficial changes in gene expression which are linked to longevity and protection against diseases, improved memory, thinking abilities, improved heart health including blood pressure, improved weight loss. Studies show that you may even boost your gut health and your friendly gut bacteria. Now myself and Yulia have been using intermittent fasting for well over a decade now and always try to get at least 16 hours of fasting in from the time we finish our last meal of the day to when we start our first meal or breakfast the following day. The benefits we have personally experienced include more energy, better sleep and natural weight regulation, so eating all the calories we care for and not putting on extra weight. Of course, eating a diet full of whole plant foods which contains lots of fruits and vegetables that are full of healthy fibre also aid healthy weight release and help balance hormones naturally, which are just some of the health benefits we help our clients get when we work with them on restoring their health. Now I'd like to point out here that intermittent fasting is not for everyone, and for example if you're pregnant, you're lactating, a growing youngster or had problems with disordered eating or eating disorders, then you are best not doing intermittent fasting. This will also go for anyone trying to heal their adrenals, or more accurately adrenal insufficiency, when they need to eat more regular meals to support their blood sugar levels. Diabetics will also fall into this category as well. If you want to do intermittent fasting and are not sure, you should always ask your doctor first. Now if you're looking to reverse your gut imbalances and want personal coaching help with it, let's jump on a quick 15-minute health accelerator call and see if we can assist you. The link for that is rawsomehealthy.com/schedule, or you can also find it in the comment section below. Also, I'd like to invite you to register for our free training class where we'll take a deep dive into gut and health restoring strategies that can make a real difference to your health, and sometimes in a matter of just days. The link to register for it is in the description section, or go to rawsomehealthy.com/training. Give this video a like, leave your comment, and we'll see you in another video where we'll talk about the best foods to eat to promote optimal gut health. See you there.